Good morning students. I welcome you all for the class. Today we are going to discuss regarding another important concept known as segmentation. Fine. In the last class we have seen regarding the paging. So what do you mean by a paging? What are the advantages that we are going to have in paging? What are the disadvantages? Everything we have seen in the last class. And today we will be going to discuss regarding segmentation. So before going to continue with the topic segmentation, let me discuss some important points regarding paging. So what do you mean by paging? Paging in the sense, in order to map logical address to physical address, and or else in order to have where the exact location of a page is, like we will be going for the paging. So what we have done in paging, so paging in the concept, like the logical memory is divided, I mean main memory is divided into frames, and the secondary memory is divided into pages. Each process is divided into pages, right? So if a particular process P1 is there, whatever the pages that are required, those pages only we are dumping onto the main memory. Remaining pages we are not dumping. Fine. And which page has been loaded onto which frame, so that is the exact memory location where our data actually plays. So what is the drawback or difficulty we find in paging is, like paging is of fixed size. Like what I have said you, the page size should be equals to the frame size. Suppose if the page size is 2 KB, the frame size should be also 2 KB, then only we can fit a page onto the frame. So that is the drawback. How it will be a drawback in the sense, like we'll be going to have internal fragmentation we are getting when it comes to the paging. There is no, even though there is no external fragmentation, we are getting the internal fragmentation. So what is internal fragmentation? If a space is left over internally, that we call it as an internal fragmentation, right? That we have discussed earlier. Fine. Like what I mean to say is, what is the drawback in paging is, paging is of fixed size. So there will be a drawback like internal fragmentation we are getting, and paging is of physical view but not user point of view, will be not going to get it. Let me tell you in brief about this paging and segmentation. Fine. So when we are going for this paging, so when we are going for the paging concept, what we are going to do here, we'll be going to have a main memory, right? So this is a main memory. Main memory is divided into what? Main memory is divided into equal sized blocks. Remember that one, equal sized blocks. What we call it as? We call it as a frames. Fine. And the secondary memory is divided into, this is also divided into equal sized blocks. This is the secondary memory. Equal sized blocks, which we call it as a pages. What I have said you, frame size should be equals to the page size. Then only we can take one page and dump onto the particular frame. So here all are of fixed size. Suppose this each page size is of 2 KB. Fine. If the frame page size is of 2 KB, the frame size should be also 2 KB. Fine. Here suppose I want to dump this page onto the particular frame. So here this page size is of 2 KB. So here we'll be going to have internal fragmentation. Why? Because if a page, if this page is of suppose if less than, suppose it is of 1 KB is there, even though the page size is of 2 KB, so here it doesn't mean that we have to keep the 2 KB over here. We can keep 1 KB also, like that. So if you are dumping this 1 KB onto the particular frame, this is a 2 KB frame. So out of 2 KB, only 1 KB we are using. How much space is going to be left? So we are left with 1 kb space over here. So this leftover 1 kb space internally we call it as an internal fragmentation. So what I mean to say is paging suffers from internal fragmentation. External fragmentation in the sense leftover spaces. If any leftover spaces are there, we call it as an external fragmentation. But when it comes to paging, it is a contiguously it will be going to store, so we don't have any external fragmentation. So the drawback is we'll be going to have internal fragmentation. So in order to overcome that, what we have gone for is we have gone for segmentation. And another drawback of paging is suppose my process P1 is there. This P1 is having suppose this P1 is having 10 pages. Fine. In 10 pages this P1 is having. In this 10 pages CPU is asked for 5th page. So CPU has been asked for 5th page. In this 5th page, half of my addition code is there and half of my subtraction code is there. Fine. So suppose I have written 10 lines of code. So out of 10 lines of code, this is 10 lines of code is of addition code only. But CPU asking me 9th line. So in 9th line means it is not fully the code is available. So in paging, how we'll be going to divide is it will be going to divide randomly. If 10 pages are there, in the sense if only two instructions it can accommodate, in the sense instead of seeing any of the thing, it will be going to divide 2 like that. Half of the code may be here and half of the code may be here. So it is a very drawback for this paging concept. So now in order to overcome that drawback, what we are going to do is we are going for the segmentation. Segmentation is of user point of view. This is the main point and the important point you have to remember. Paging is of that paging is of like whenever the manufacturer is manufacturing that one, like according to the bits they'll be going to divide. But when it comes to the segmentation, it is of user point of view. Suppose if a process P1 is having 10 instructions, in the sense we will not divide 5 and 5. Suppose if this is an addition program and this is an subtraction program. Fine. Addition program is having 6 lines and subtraction program is having 4 lines. So this addition and subtraction both are in the process P1. Fine. So totally 10 lines of code. If it is a paging concept, this paging concept will divide like this. Paging concept will divide 5 and 5 like this. But when we are going for this segmentation concept, how it will be going to divide is it will be dividing like 6 and 4. Why? Because total addition program is going to be here and total subtraction program is going to be here. That is the main advantage of having the segmentation. We'll be going to have the user point of view, user perspective. This is when we are going to have the secondary memory, here we'll be going to have addition program. Here we'll be going to have another segment which is called subtraction program. Here we'll be going to have another segment which is called some conversion program, like that. Here, as the user point of view, we are going to divide the programs into segments. We are going to divide the program into segments. This is very advantage. Why? Because whenever we want to do addition program, all the code is available over here. But when it comes here 5 lines of code is here and 1 line of code is present in the subtraction, so which is unfair. So in order to overcome this drawback, we have gone for the segmentation. I think you have got the concept. What the main thing is, logical point of view, we'll be going for the paging. When it comes to the segmentation, we'll be going for the user perspective, user point of view. Like we'll be going to divide into segments. How many modules are there? All modules are going to be divided into segments. Like it is not of fixed size. And another important point is it is of variable size. But when it comes to the Paging, it is of fixed size, 2 kb, in the sense 2 kb, that's it. So as it is a fixed size, we are getting internal fragmentation. Here we don't have internal fragmentation. Why? Because this addition we need 10 lines, in the sense we'll allocate 10 lines. If this conversion we need 4 lines, in the sense we'll allocate 4 lines only. If subtraction needs 3 lines, in the sense we allocate 3 lines only. During runtime we'll be going to allocate the space for the segment, so there will be no internal fragmentation. But here it will be going to suffer with external fragmentation. Why? Because uh, some of the places may be left over, but this space can't be used for any other new program. That we call it as an external fragmentation. So this is the brief idea, and that is the major difference between the paging and the segmentation. There are many differences I will be telling you at the last. One of the main reason why we are shifting from paging to segmentation, in the sense like paging is of fixed size, segmentation is of variable size. Paging will be from the logical point of view, and segmentation will be from the user point of view, user perspective, which is very, very important. Now let us go to the theory concept. Fine. So here, so segmentation, so important part of the memory management is become unavoidable with paging. What is this? Separation of users view, how user is going to think. As I have said you before, if process P1 is having 10 lines, out of 10 lines 6 lines is of addition program and 4 lines is of subtraction program. But when it comes to paging, how it will divide, in the sense it will be divided into 5 pages and the 5 pages. But when it comes to the segmentation, it will divide into 6 and the 4. This is the user point of view, and this is from logical point of view. So this is wrong and this is right. So this is how we'll be going to have an advantage when we are going for the segmentation. Fine. So see here, user view of logical memory, how the logical memory is going to view here. So here we'll be going from the user view. Here subroutine is one segment, stack is another segment, symbol table is another segment, main program another segment, and square root function is another segment. So if you want each and everything, we call it as a segment. Fine. Here there are 5 segments. Which segment we are in need of, that segment will be loading. Previously half of the code will be in one segment and half of the code will be in another segment. So it will be very difficult for us. So in order to overcome that drawback, what we have done is we are going to think from the user perspective, user point of view. So how you will be flexible? If all the code is available at one place, it will be very flexible to us. So that's the reason why we call it as it is an variable size. So according to the segment, it will be going to allocate the space for that particular segment. So here we'll be going to, in that paging, how we are going to have a page table. Here in the segmentation also we'll be going to have a segment table. So here this logical address, previously when the CPU is going to generate this logical address, it will be going to divided into page number and the offset. When it comes to segmentation, here it will be going to divide into segment number and the offset. Here fine. And the page table is going to have the segment limit, segment base, and the other bits. What do you mean by a segment limit? Suppose here these are the segments. So segment 1 starts from 100 to 140 only. This is the limit of segment 1. And from 140 to 200, this is the limit of segment 2. Beyond that, we shouldn't exceed the limit. Like how we have seen in the paging, like in order to, why we have checking for that by keeping the relocation register, and how we are going to check the limit, like in order to have, or in order to stop the unauthorized access. Like if segment 1 is going to access, in the sense it has to access in between 100 and 140. If it is accessing 142, it is of second segment, which is of unauthorized. That shouldn't be entertained. As we have seen in the paging, here also we'll be going to have this segment hardware. So CPU is going to generate this logical address. This logical address is divided into segment number and the displacement. Fine. So this segment number will be suppose this segment number is 6, so it is going to have the starting address 100 and ending address 140. So segment 6 should be within this 100 and 150 only. So suppose if I said segment logical address as 162, so 162 in the sense it is crossing the limit. So if it is less than only, then only we will be going to add with the base resistor, that means the ending resistor, and then we will be going to have the particular location where exactly it is locating. The concept is the same like paging, but what is the difference is there the paging it will be divided according to the manufacturer, but here according to the user point of view we are going to do the segmentation. So there we are going to maintain a page table, here we are going to maintain a segment table. Now we'll be going to have the disadvantages. What I have said you is there is no completely internal fragmentation is completely eliminated. Why? Because internal fragmentation is eliminated. Why? Because so here when we are going for the internal fragmentation runtime, we are allocating a space to a particular segment. So suppose if one segment wants 10 instructions, in the sense we will be allocating 10. If suppose another instruction needs 2 bytes, in the sense 2 KB, in the sense we will be allocating 2 KB. So during runtime, according to the need of the segments, we are allocating a space for it, so that there is no internal fragmentation, but there will be an external fragmentation. So unequal size of segments is not good in case of swapping. That is also different. Why? Because in paging, so here this is the main memory and this is the secondary memory, right? So secondary memory is divided into equal sized pages, main memory is divided into equal sized frames. Fine. So if we want to dump one page onto the one frame, we don't have to worry. Why? Because both are of same size. But when we have to dump segments, here segment is of 4 KB and here main memory size is of 2 KB. So how it will be? It will be a drawback. So that is the drawback. It is not good when it going to comes to the unequal sized segments. So this is the drawback of segmentation. Now we will be going to see the important one, that is the difference between paging and the segmentation, which is very important. Fine. So paging is a program divided into fixed, this you have to remember, fixed mounted size of pages, but when it comes to the segment, it is going to be divided into variable sized sections. So here 2 KB, in the sense that 2 KB is going to be fixed, but here according to the, as we are thinking from the user point of view, like during the runtime we will be going to allocate a particular amount of space to a particular segment. For paging, operating system is accountable. Yeah, operating system is the only responsible when comes to the paging. So here the compiler is accountable. The compiler is going to look after all the things, like how much we have to divide, how much space we have to give for each and every segment. That is during the compile time we will be going to give the spaces. It is faster in comparison of segmentation. Paging is faster. Why? Because everything is going to be in contiguous, but in segmentation we will be going to have external fragmentation. So paging could result in internal fragmentation, segment will result in external fragmentation, as we have already seen. In paging, logical address space is into page number and the page offset. In segmentation, it is going to be, it's not section, it is the segment number and the segment offset. Fine. This is segment offset. Paging, page number and the page offset. When it comes to segments, segment number and the segment offset. It consists of page table, it consists of segment table. Here page table is employed to keep up the page data. Here segment table maintains to keep the segments data. In paging, operating system must maintain a free frame list. So operating system, what it will be going to do, it will be going to keep the free frames, like fourth frame is free, eighth frame is free, second frame is free, like that free frames list it is going to maintain, so that if any process is coming, that will be going to dumped in 4, 8 and 2 easily. In segmentation, it means a list of holes in the main memory. What are the empty spaces? We call it as a holes. What are the empty spaces in the main memory? That we will be going to look after. Paging is invisible to the user, as it is a logical point of view, it is invisible to the user. Segmentation is visible to the user. Why? Because during the compile time, like we'll be going to allocate a particular address or size to a particular segment, so it is visible to the user. In paging, processor needs page number offset to calculate the absolute address. Here segment number and segment offset used to calculate the segment full address. Fine. This is these are the differences which are very important when it comes to the paging and the segmentation. The concept what you have to remember is paging in the sense fixed size. Secondary memory is divided into pages, main memory is divided into frames. Page size is equals to the frame size, so that one page can be dumped onto one frame very much easily. No hectic is required. Operating system is responsible for that. But when it comes to the segmentation, a segmentation is of variable size. During the compile time, we'll be going to allocate a space to a particular segment. Variable means one segment may consist of 4 KB, one segment may consist of 8 KB. So as it is a variable, there is no need, no chance of getting internal fragmentation, but we'll be going to get the external fragmentation. So here we'll be going to maintain a page table, here we'll be going to maintain a segment table. Here we'll be going to logical address is divided into page number and the page offset. Here logical address is divided into segment number and the segment offset. Like that we'll be going to have these differences, which are very important when it comes to the paging and the segmentation. Hope you got the differences very much between the paging and the segmentation. And that's all for this segmentation. We'll be going to see the next topic in the next class. Thank you all students. Have a great day.